Your life is 100% your fault. It's one of my favorite sayings because it always brings back that true and stark reality of, well, everything comes down to your choices, your thought process, your paradigms, all of that. And when you take ownership of the fact that it's your fault, it also gives you the opportunity to shift it. But a lot of that also comes down to your perception of the situation. Because, well, if you're stuck in the victim of, it's not my fault, it's someone else's fault, I'll blame someone else for this situation, well, of course it's really fucking hard to fix it. Because, well, if someone else caused it, how can you fix it? And or why should you take responsibility for the mistakes of others? But if you choose to go, it's 100% my fault, for whatever the reasoning is, from I trusted that person, I made that decision, I chose this which caused X, whatever the reasoning is, you open yourself up for the opportunity to find a way to move forward and take control of the situation. As I said, a lot of this comes down to how you perceive the situation in the first place. So, classic example that I see every single year around this time as we rapidly race towards the end of the year. Now, if you aren't already well into an exercise regime, and especially if you're in Australia, you get to two choices as it warms up and you start heading into summer. You can, A, go, fuck it, I'll wait till the new year when summer's nearly over. Or you go, well, I better do something quick, smart, and get it sorted now. Now, I find the majority of people will choose option A and just wait and fucking see what happens. In fact, they'll throw in the towel and go, oh, well, I'll sort it out in the new year and I'll just eat whatever the fuck I want. Do whatever the fuck I want for the next, month or two until the new year, have complete blowouts and go into the new year in a worse situation than they could have been. So not only have they gotten fatter, gotten more out of shape, gotten lazier, built worse habits, you've built no momentum. And then come January, you're meant to just fucking flick a switch and be like, boom, fully, all in. No questions asked. Pulling the trigger, gonna do all of the things. I don't think so. That decision's hard enough at the best of times. Like, the ability to turn it all off, to say no to the sedation and the habits that you have built over however long, is a really difficult decision. It's an important as hell one, but it's a hard one to make because you're trying to break the habits that you've established, and usually habits that are built around comfort and ease and all that. And instead you're supposed to turn it on and head into doing something that matters. All of a sudden, you're just supposed to hit that switch. It just won't happen. I'm telling you, maybe you'll get a week or two in, but there's a reason why there's a point in January called Quitter's Day, where the majority of people quit their New Year's resolution. Because it just doesn't happen, because too many people bank on whatever magic powers that get sprinkled on them come January, and it's just not a thing. But it comes down to how you view the situation. Most people are looking for an excuse not to do the work, instead of finding a reason to do it. Instead of finding a reason going, this is why I must, this is why I have to do this is why I can't kick it down the line for another day, another week, another month, another year. You need to do the work. It comes back to that old saying, when's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. When's the next best time? Today. Don't push it down the line, waiting until everything is perfect, until the momentum is right. Start right here, right now, in this moment. Make a decision. Doesn't matter if it's Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. In the moment when it calls to you, and I get this, don't get me wrong, it fucks with my head too. I hate starting things not on a Monday. But the truth is, you need to build the momentum when the momentum is there. When you have an opportunity to do something, when you have an opportunity to take that step forward, when you have the opportunity to say, yes, this matters to me, I'm going to do what is necessary. Do it. Make the leap. Take the step forward. View it in the correct fashion. View it as, this is my fault, but in this moment, I can make a better decision. It is all my fault that I've got into this situation. Therefore, it's 100% within my control to make a change for the better. I can make a different choice right here, right now. Stop coddling myself and do the work that is necessary. You want to keep kicking it down the line, hoping that you'll be less tired, you'll have more motivation, you'll have better energy. Whatever the story you're going to tell yourself is. But I hate to break it to you, that's just not the truth. That is not what's going to happen. You need to make the correct decision right here, right now, and just make the leap forward, knowing that everything will get better once you make the first leap. Once you do the work. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to know what the next step is other than this first step. But you have to make that first step. You have to make that first decision. And as I said, come back to the one of going, it is all my fault. But it's also all within my control. It's the greatest day you can ever have, is the day you take full responsibility for everything. If you hate your life, if you don't like where you're at, whether it be physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, whatever it is, take control and do something different. Make a different life choice. You have the capacity. You have the opportunity. The decision becomes, what will you do in the moment when it matters? What choice will you do when you're looking down the barrel of these things? I could kick it down to later. I could make that future Lachlan's problem. Or I could help that dude out and deal with it. I could take that first step forward. I don't know about you, but every time I'm like, oh, I'll tackle this tomorrow because I'll be more energetic. I'll feel more awake. I won't be as tired. It's always a lie. And I always look back on past Lachlan. You motherfucker. You fucking liar. Every single time. Because it's not true. Today is the most energy and motivation and time you will have. Act like it. Utilize it. Take advantage of it and do something of meaning with it. Pushing down the line is just delaying the inevitable. And often, more often than not, the story that you've built up around the situation is way worse than what will actually transpire if you step forward into it. And I can tell you that from, personal experience. Way more frequently than I'd like to admit. I had it happen last week. I'd been delaying doing something. I'd been delaying it. I'd been putting it off. Waiting till it was perfect. Waiting till I'd fully nailed it. And you know what? I could have just kept putting this perfectionism on it and kicking it down the line and going, it'll be better tomorrow, it'll be better tomorrow, it'll be better tomorrow. Once it was fucking done, I was super proud of it and realized that I could have actually just done it weeks and weeks and weeks ago. And I would have been so much further ahead if I'd just taken the time to actually recognize that the story in my head was all bullshit. The story in my head was there to prevent me from taking the next step. You are in control and you are abdicating your responsibility, whether that be from fear, from perfectionism, from giving control to someone else, whatever it might be. But in the same breath, only you can take it back. You have to take ownership of the whole situation. You have to take ownership of everything that is going on, that everything that has happened. You have to be the one to own the situation, and then things can get better. It's hard to take responsibility of things, especially if you feel that you aren't to blame. But you cannot fix it, you cannot address it until you take ownership of the situation. You cannot address it for as long as you keep looking for a way out, looking for pushing it till tomorrow, pushing it till next week, next time, whatever it might be. Now is a good time. Now is the best time. Now is better than any other time, because it will happen. Because it will have forward momentum, because you will start the process. And I'm telling you, momentum is the eighth wonder of the world. It'll change your life more than anything ever else could. You have to trust the process. You have to take that first step. You have to believe in yourself and not run over a gaggle of chickens in the middle of the street, apparently. Sorry. But you have to do that work. And it starts with, well, taking control. Life's going to continue to throw random as fuck things, like chickens are running across the road at you. You can't control what the world will do, but you can control that it's you in the driver's seat, how you view it and what happens next. So recognize that it's all your fault and that you are in control. Make a decision based on the things that will matter, not on your feelings. And your life will transform for the better. Or keep abdicating your responsibility. Keep kicking it down the line for a later date and wondering why nothing ever truly changes. Only you can make the decision. So what decision are you going to make?